So let's say that we have two screens. I'm gonna set the value to 2, for instance, and now what we're doing is that we're switching from screen 1 to screen 2. When we return to screen number 1, we will see that the counter value changed back to 0. That's because the provider was disposed of when we switched from screen 1 to screen 2. If we don't have the auto dispose after moving from screen 1 to screen 2 and then coming back to screen 1, we will observe that the value of the counter is exactly the same as it was at the beginning. So now, heading back to Android Studio, I'm gonna give it a type that is counter view model and open round brackets. Then in brackets, let me put ref, and within the expression body, call counter view model. This is exactly how we create a provider variable. I'm gonna open the view file now, where we are gonna use the provider. Let's cut the widget build function first. We don't want to keep the stateful widget here. Instead, we are gonna use the consumer widget. So let's convert counter view from stateful widget to consumer widget right now. Let me paste the widget build over here. The build function needs another parameter, this time of widget ref. Let's create a final variable and write ref.watch, which basically watches the provider. That is, it looks for changes in the provider. And what we need to do next is pass the state provider which we created earlier. Let's go ahead and instead of this 0, let's show the counter variable. To do it, we just have to write provider.counter.toString. We added toString because, as you know, the text widget accepts only string values. Finally, we can go to the onPressed function and write provider.add in order to call the increment function. Once we're all done, we can go ahead and restart the app. And we can observe that when we click on the button, the value of the counter increases.